Hi guys, Zeth here, and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft. Today's episode, not 20, 70, there we go. So I decided I want to do a little bit more work on this. I think I've shown it in the background. I know I showed this on cameras, like, an entire episode basically. But I had essentially what's a reimagining of it. This is a great start, I think, but one thing it needs is more. More continuity, basically. So what I'm thinking is essentially, I talked about wanting to have some separation between different height levels of the city. This is going to be one of those areas. So I wanted to come along and basically just fill this area in. Well, not really fill it in, but yeah. Okay, so it's 2 across. Oh, well, that's a lot easier than I thought. It's been a fair while since I've actually recorded last. Well, recorded for you guys, I should say. Uh, or recorded anything you guys are gonna see. I found a new game, and I was actually really looking forward to trying to record it, and I actually recorded the first 3 episodes, and I forgot to do a test recording. So rather than seeing, a nice full screen of what's going on, you you would have gotten about like the bottom left corner. So yeah, but the game is called Darkest Dungeon, and I'm actually saying it because it's been a lot of fun, and I've been really enjoying it. It I would take a look at it on Steam and make your own choice for it, but yeah, my my warning though, it is on the Steam Early Access system, which it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing either. Uh, I've seen plenty of games that do early release and don't exactly do it in a nice way. I was one of those people who played Cube World when it came out. Well, when the beta release happened. That being said, I actually got my money's worth out of that game. Anyways, though, uh, I would honestly just recommend taking a peek at it. I would say I'll put a link in the description, but in all likelihood, I'm not even gonna remember. But oh yeah, gravity. Forgot that is in our TFC world here. Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I've recorded. A couple days, honestly, which is far too long. I've kind of missed it, but yeah, Darkest Dungeon. Oh, it's easy to lose hours and hours to that game. Basically, what it is a turn-based dungeon crawler. Although it's also a bit of a roguelike, so you don't know exactly what dungeon you're going into. Well, you don't know the exact, like, exactly how the dungeon is going to be formed or what enemies are going to be in. You can assume based off of, where you're attacking and things like that, but, there's only so much that it'll do, or only so much that that'll help with. But what I really like about it is it makes, basically, it's like a hardcore world where if something in Minecraft, if something dies, it's just gone. I actually really like games like that. I can honestly say that's my biggest gripe the with Oblivion and Skyrim. Although those with the Radiant AI system, if you didn't have NPCs that could, or if NPCs could die from anything, anywhere, the game would end up being completely barren, and main quest would be unplayable. But I guess that's another discussion for, or guess that's a discussion for another time, I suppose. So yeah, that's where I've been. Okay, so we need to go over 1, 2, and 1 back. So, right, 1, 2, 1 back. Yeah, 1, 2, 1 back. Right? Oops, not quite that high. And there. I think we will. Trying to decide what I want to do for the rest of this. What I'm thinking of is having basically this trimmed down into a actual like pathway. Not sure how what exactly the path size is going to be, but guess we don't have to figure that one out for a little while yet. I also want to do a little bit of testing as far as aesthetics go. Now, if we do that, no, that looks horrible. I think it will be better if we just have this one farther up. Yeah, I really actually wanted to bring you guys some videos of Darkest Dungeon because I've been enjoying it so much, and I think it actually would make a pretty good Let's Play. Hopefully in the future I will be able to bring it to you guys. I just don't have the patience right now. So like I was saying, I wanted to have basically an upfront path here and then a path behind it. So what I'm going to do, center right there. Yep. Okay. Just gonna be 3 wide, nice and simple. And it's gonna continue exactly along, keeping as close to the same distance from that as it can, which, come on, there we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, I brought you guys back in because I actually felt like talking about something that I've been meaning to. It's not something important per se, but it's basically how YouTube works and how that compares to, say, Reddit. Now, YouTube, a lot of people will say, oh, YouTube comments are absolute trash. And it's true, there are quite a few people on YouTube who do not exactly. If we could decide who gets internet access and who can't, they'd be among the group that can't. Just easiest way to say it, I think. But YouTube actually has a halfway decent system for how it does its comments. A lot of YouTubers despise it, but I'm actually okay with it. I think it actually works well. Basically, what it does is, just like with channels, it says, okay, so a lot of people commented and or disliked or liked this comment. Clearly, this comment was perhaps not necessarily a good comment, but it was controversial. And it then boosts that up to the top, which when you think about it, it's both a really good idea and a really bad idea. You basically get either a really bad comment at the top or a really good one. And either way, it's the most responded to comment that is on that video. And it's really similar with the videos themselves. Every like or subscribe, like if you're watching a video and you subscribe based off that video, that helps that video be aired around basically. It's again, it's a nice system because it makes things different than elsewhere. One thing I've been noticing on Reddit, and Reddit's a fine website. I don't have anything against Reddit. It's a lot of the people who use Reddit that make it less than awesome. A lot of subreddits you'll go on, and they'll try to remind you that, hey, the dislike, wow, that is horrible misspeak. The dislike button is not there to be used for disagreement. It's meant to try and keep the conversation relevant. So if something's irrelevant, you just dislike it, and therefore you get better and better content. And you eventually just go down and down and down, and eventually reach the hell known as bad comments. That's how it's supposed to work. In actuality, Reddit upvotes the puns, the bad jokes, and downvotes anything they disagree with. Which again, it's not inherently a bad thing. A system like that can be really good, but it's not good for discussions. And it doesn't help people learn more about stuff, because if you have a different opinion, you're going to get downvoted. I see it all the time. Someone disagrees with and immediately downvotes. Or there's also this wonderful Reddit hive mind that a lot of people seem to try and say that it doesn't exist, but when you see a perfectly fine comment that's relevant, it gets one downvote, and then it's never seen again because people blindly say, oh, this comment is in the bad section, I must downvote it. And that's just... ugh. I'm not on Reddit that much. I mainly browse the TFC wiki, or TFC Reddit and stuff like that. And that's actually something else that's kind of annoying. Another Reddit I look at pretty often is a Reddit for small Let's Players. Essentially, it's supposed to be for all people who do Let's Plays, but after a certain while, people just stop showing up once they're after a certain size, which it's their choice. I don't begrudge them, and a lot of the more popular guys, they seem to get like ripped apart there. Like Northern Lion, who does a lot of Binding of Isaac, and by a lot I mean that's what he does. But whenever he comments, there's always some person who thinks that they're doing the right thing by trying to chase him out. It feels like. And that's just kind of annoying. Because he'll give actually very good advice. Like, people were talking about how often should you upload? And he basically said it doesn't matter how often as long as it's regular, which is actually a pretty proven thing. It doesn't necessarily pertain to Let's Plays only. Oh, come back here. But if you upload regularly every month, that is actually a lot better than uploading a block and not uploading for a couple, like a year. And that's just because, I mean, when someone disappears, you kind of are just like, well, I guess the story's over. Because I know I've done that before. A series I'm watching disappears for a little while. And, well, guess so-and-so's moved on. Typically they're just taking a short break, but sometimes it's really hard to get back into the series and stuff like that. So it's always better to be upfront and say, hey, it's going to be out every month. Just relax and it'll be cool. Which, there's a series that I haven't seen updated in like a year called Dig, Build, Live. Which, you probably have heard about it. Captain Sparkle's one of the, to say it bluntly, one of the bigger YouTubers as far as Minecraft goes. Anyway, he was, dang it, very much promoting it, and he did some voices in there too. So a lot of people know about it. Anyways, it's fine because, or it was fine. They uploaded fairly, I'm not going to say regularly because they were never really regular. But at this point, it's kind of, it would take a lot for them to resurrect the viewership that they used to get. So, yeah. Anyways, basically, the way I see it, you can have two different systems for how content is viewed. You can have the Reddit system where dislikes and likes, essentially, will counteract each other. You know, a dislike counteracts one like, and the thing that's most liked is at the top. And in theory, you're supposed to say what you dislike about something in the comments if it's actually a disagreement. In functionality, it seems like, I know with the Let's Play Reddit, people will actually downvote other people's videos or downvote other people's submissions and stuff like that. Not, it's not like a link dump Reddit, so it's basically when someone says something, there's a fairly good chance that someone's going to downvote it just because, well, they're not my competition, clearly. Which I think that's really annoying. Whereas on YouTube, which I actually like the YouTube comment system better, which is really weird for anyone to be saying because, yeah, there's some broken parts, and a lot of people on YouTube are basically angsty 5-year-olds who, yeah, if you're not uploading what they want, you're useless. That being said, I actually I'm very happy with all the people that have commented so far on my videos. I mean, y'all are amazing. It's been, I don't know, I love seeing, oh, hey, you got a new comment. Because normally it's not, normally I can actually look forward to it and it's not some nasty person. There are, there are, of course, some people who have not been the nicest. Uh, Actually, my very first comment on my channel was someone saying it's not very good for one of my super hostile videos, which I kind of just chuckled at. But yeah, I would actually like to hear what you guys have to say about it. What do you think is better? A system where it's about how much a comment or video or content or whatever gets interacted with? Or do you think it's better to have it be people are voting about that, you know, whether something should be more viewed? You know what I mean? I mean, we just talked about it for like 2 minutes. Not really 2 minutes, quite a while. But I'd really like to actually hear what you guys have to think about that because I can't be the only one that thinks that YouTube comments are actually not that bad of a system. I mean, I can't think of anyone I've heard who shares that opinion though. I mean, I can see where it comes from, but I disagree with it personally. But anyways, I think I've rambled enough for the day. I'm going to finish this up off camera, hopefully. And hopefully I'll be able to show you guys Darkest Dungeon at some point in the near future. I'm going to look into different recording softwares because I've got to be able to find some way to record it. I mean, I found it through a stream of Packrat 0013, basically. Uh, I always say go watch him, but go watch him. He's a good YouTuber, good live streamer mainly, and he does do TerraFirmaCraft on Tuesdays. Anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to show that game off to you guys. But until next episode, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye.